with another episode of Linux Administration Essentials. And today we are going to do monitoring your Linux box, right? So you are watching me on YouTube. So welcome to the show. And precisely we have to deal with something related to monitoring of processes, CPU, network traffic, disk, and memory, right? So let's have a idea of how to do that. So I already have a few. I have already powered on a machine. I'll just restart it because it's asking for an update here. Yeah. So first thing first. So first thing is monitoring process. So monitoring process, there are several commands to do that. One of the command that is used for monitoring process is PS, right? So if you type in PS, you will get the processes that is you are exactly running on your machine, right? And since you are root, you will be very much interested in getting everybody's process that is running in the system, right? So for that, there is a command called PS-E. So if you just type in here PS-help, you will get all the options that you can just type in with PS command. And there is also a command called man PM that is going to give you the manual pages of PS here. So PS here. So this gives you shows you that it's a report of snapshot of current processes, right? And there are so many processes that there are so many examples in over here, right? So that gives you, so I just showed you one of the examples of PS-E. If you want to see the family of the processes, you should use PS-EF. So let's do that here. So PS-E is going to give you all the process that is running on a system, right? So let me start up gedit on one of the consoles. So open up a terminal and I'll start gedit here, right? So if I want to, so see here, if I want to start if I start gedit at this place, I don't get a prompt to type in something at this place. This is not working. I didn't get a prompt. So what if I want to start up gedit and get the prompt? So that is exactly starting gedit in background. So how will you start gedit in background? Type in here gedit, sorry. So gedit and ampersand. So this will start up gedit and even bring you the prompt, thereby putting gedit in the background. So if you just start here, so see here, gedit opens up and you can see here that gedit has started in this place, right? So in the same way, if you want to open a Firefox here, so you can type in here Firefox, and you can just start any thing from Firefox, even http://www dot anything google.com, let's say, right? So, and you put an ampersand here, so this is going to start up Firefox. Okay, so you saw that. Now we can even combine two commands over there, so I'll just put in this one on one side, and I want to show you that. See here, if I type in ps-e, this shows me that Firefox and gedit are running in which terminal. It's running in pts/1. See here, pts/1. So if I just want to open up, let us say we have opened up vi editor, right? So if you just control alt f1 f2 here, and go over here and type in root, and the password is 6, and type in here. Okay, so this is something coming from my output, whatever. So if I open up a vi editor, so there is somewhere vi editor running, right? So I want to find out that where is vi editor running here. So let's type in here vi, and this will also, okay, I just typed in here vi, sorry, I need to type in here ps hyphen e. This gives me yes, the vi editor is running in what tty2 over there, isn't it? So if I want to see that what is running, what are the applications that is running in tty2, so just type in here ps hyphen e. And if you want to see the family here, so or the tree of how the process has started, so ps hyphen ef here shows you the family, right? So this one is the parent process id on this side, and this is the process id, right? So you could see over here that gedit, so just let me make you understand with gedit. So inside bash shell we have started gedit, right? So on which terminal? On pts1 terminal. So see here, the bash has got a process id of 2568, and uh, gedit has got a process id of 2622, right? And 2568 is the parent process id. That means what? Bash says bash's process id is uh, taken as the parent process id of gedit. So how does this start? So let us say that this is your system. So you started something, so you started bash, let us say, right? And inside bash you started gedit. Got that? So this is the parent process, and this is the child process. So this child process will show this as your parent process. So this is what I am trying to show over here. Gedit carries this as the process id of its process, while this is shown as the parent process id. So you can correlate over here, isn't it? So this is how we see the parent process and the child processes. So so now you need to understand that if I terminate, or if I just terminate this process over there, 2568. So this one again will be killed. This one will be extinct. This one exactly will not exist in there, right? So there is a command called kill that is used to kill a process. So kill, and again -9 is the single, it's called sig term, that is used to send termination signals to a program. Now if I want to kill this process, like here, so 2568, so 2568 here, to just watch over here. So here this will get terminated. 25 is, or the bash gedit will get terminated. 2568 here. So see here, it got terminated, isn't it? So this is what I wanted to show you, that how do we how do we start up a process, how do we put up a process in background, and how do we kill up a process over there. So let me just recap. So how to start a process, how do we start a process? So the start of the process is done through any command like gedit or something, gedit, and then put an ampersand over there. If you want ampersand, puts ampersand, starts the process in the background. or ampersand starts the process in the background, right? Now, to see the process that is running, you can use PS or PS-E, or you can use PS-EF, right? Start to see all the, okay, so it's already written. So to see the process that is running. Okay, now the next one is to terminate a process or to kill a process. Terminate or close a process. We use kill and -9 and the PID. So I am writing this in caps. Why? Because this is going to change every time, right? Whenever you are launching a new an application, let's say you have launched two different instances of vi editor, right? So all the instances of vi editor will have different process ids in there. So this is what you have to understand. Okay, so now one more thing. So let's say I want to kill a process by its name. So how do you do that? So first of all, let's start certain processes in here. So let's go to Control Alt F3 in here. So F3, we have Harry here, right? So Harry is here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is Harry's login. And type in here VI. So VI is open. So there are several places where VI editor is open. So if you type in here PS-E, you'll see that there are several places where VI and VIM is open over there. You can see here VIM, VI, right? So let us say I want to, so VIM is running on TTY3 there, isn't it? So let's open up with BPG again. Let's say start 2 or 3 instances of VI editor. So again, VI editor. So this is BPG running in VI editor over there. So first of all, W will show me that who is logged on to the system at which place. So W shows me that on TTY3, Harry is logged on and he's running a VIM editor. On TTY4, BPG is logged on and he's running a VI editor, right? Now, imagine a situation that we have to update an application. We have to update a software, right? And to update the software, we want to terminate that application. So let us say that, imagine it that we have to update VIM, right? So in order to update VIM, I have to close VIM. So there is one solution that we find the process ID of VIM here, which is here, right? And use kill command, kill -9 and the process ID, right? So this is the process ID. This is going to terminate the process. But this is going to take a whole lot of time if hundreds of processes are running. Now, I don't want hundreds of processes. Am I sharing my screen? If I don't want hundreds of times this process initial or process killing techniques to be adopted, or I don't want hundreds of times kill command to be used, I will just go for pkill. So pkill is going to kill a process by its name, right? So if I type in here pkill VIM, so see here, all the VIMs will be killed. So if I, or you can just type in here pkill -9 even, right? So if it's P means P just stands for process kill, right? So if you have any questions, just please put on. So no questions. Okay, so I hope that you understood that there are two commands. Fine, we can use kill all. Pkill is the command that is used to kill a process by its name, and kill is a command that is used to kill a process by its process ID, right? Okay. So next, let's come to another part here. So another part is your okay. Wait a second. Let me just show you one more thing. So if you type in here who or W, you'll see that still this guy is running here. As TTY3 is Harry is logged on, right? And he's running a bash shell. So I want to log off this guy. So log off means I'll have to terminate his bash shell, right? So if I use something like uh, ps-e, I'll find that okay, there are TTY4 where their bash shell is running, and TTY3 where there is a bash shell running. Now I'll just correlate with the W command. That okay, fine. W shows me that TTY4 BPG is logged on. So okay, just correlate this one. TTY4 BPG is logged on, so this output is made for us. So if I want to just kill this guy over there, or kill this BPG over there, or terminate this BPG, or log off this BPG, whatever you say, I can use command like kill. Okay, kill and 2966, right? So 2966 is the process ID 2966. Okay, so I hope this command worked, right? So this command didn't throw any error. So we are supposing that this should have worked. So but still, if you type in there W, you will see that BPG is still logged onto the box at TTY4. So why is it happening? It's happening because bash shell is not a small program. You cannot just terminate it with a normal signal. You have to use a strengthier signal to terminate this process. So for that, you have got kill -9 and then the process ID 2966, right? So now this guy will be logged off. So if you type in here W, see here, BPG is gone. So remember that -9 has a very much significance in this process management system. So if a process is hanged or a process is not responding, just you can terminate, use either kill or use either pkill and terminate it using a -9 signal. That process will be 100% terminated. Okay. Now, next command is ios. Okay, first we'll start with free. FRW free. Free command is used to see the amount of memory and amount of swap that is either used or remaining or total in here. So if you want to see the free in human readable format, type in here free-h. Free-h is going to show you the amount of memory that is existing in your system. Like it is showing that it has total of 1.9 GB of memory, and 978 MB of memory is used, and 98 MB of memory is remaining, right? So just this one gives you one more glance that this is the amount of swap area that is remaining on your system, right? I hope we discussed about swap a couple of days back, right? And this is 0 MB being used, and total 2 GB is the free swap in here. So this is the swap area, means this is the same virtual memory we are talking about. Now, let us say that I want to reduce the amount of. So, are we using something? Are we using a lot of applications in here? No, we are not using a lot of applications in here. So let's close this one first of all. Close tabs. And close tabs. Yeah, everything is closed. So we have just one application running, and we have got how many users logged on? So we have got just 1, 2, 3 these users logged on. So let's terminate them. So kill hyphen, okay, first of all ps-e, ps-e, and where this guy here root, this guy is logged on at pts. So this is me obviously. So on TTY2 bash shell is run by root over there, and one more bash is running on TTY3, which is run by Harry. So just like contra match over there, W. Yes, on TTY2 root is logged on, so this process ID belongs to root. So I'll just terminate this process and this process here, right? So see, we want to see that minimum amount of memory what is used by my system. So kill -9, and let's go for TTY2 here. So it's 2720. Okay, now we'll terminate this one. So 2895 kill -9 2895. 895. Yeah, done. Okay, so debut, all of them terminated. Only two users are remaining. So that those two users are okay, because this is one from this prompt here, the one from this shell that I have just minimized, and one from the background login over there, right? So if you type in here free hyphen h, you will get the real figure that what is the system utilization. Free hyphen h. Let's see. So free hyphen h, again, see here, we have got a reduction in memory utilization. Here we have got a free amount of memory as this much, right? Now, I want to show you that graphics utilizes a whole lot of memory inside our system. So Kriti, the hyphen 9 actually means a sig term. So there are several signals in Linux, Kriti. Uh, Khatri, sorry, Devik Khatri. So Devik, there are so many signals in a Linux environment, right? So one of the signal is called sig term, SIGTERM, SIGTERM, sig term. So sig term is sent using, it's SIGTERM, sig term. So sig term is sent using hyphen 9, right? So if you want to send sig term termination signal to a application, so what do you say, that exactly sig term kills an application there abruptly. Swap means, swap is an area that is used by our uh, hard disk. A swap area exists in the hard disk that acts like RAM, right? It acts like a paging area. We'll discuss about this swap, we'll discuss about this hyphen 9 signals in details in our advanced class. Swap area is obviously going to be covered in advanced class over there, but as of now, since I used hyphen 9 as my signal strength, so I'll just tell you that hyphen 9 is the what do you say, sig term. If an application is not terminating, kill it by hyphen 9. Okay, so where was I? I was into, yes, I was into that graphics utilizes whole lot of memory. So I want to just eliminate the system from graphics. I don't want to start graphics in the system. So vi slash etc. I'll just use a command called cat slash etc slash init tab, right? So cat slash etc slash init tab. So this is CentOS 7 I am using. Remember that it's not CentOS 6, because some people told me that why are you not using CentOS 7? So CentOS, even CentOS 6 ended its life on November 30th. So better let's see it on what do you say, CentOS 7. So I want to set my default target to non-graphical user mode, right? So how will I do that? So I'll have to issue a command called systemctl, system systemctl, set default target. Okay, graphical dot target means I have to use this one, multi-user dot target, this one here, multi-user dot target, multi multi dash user dot. So this has sent a signal link over there. So I'll reboot my system now and see my system doesn't start in graphics anymore, and we'll see the amount of RAM remaining in the system. Yes, Santosh, hyphen 9 kills both the parent and the child process if you have provided parent process as the process ID. If you have provided child process as the process ID, it will terminate only the child process. It depends upon what is the process ID that you have provided, Santosh. Okay, so the system is, see, the system's even started faster. You might have noticed that, right? And I'll just log in as root and password. And see here, I'm just running free by default, isn't it? So clear the screen and I'll just run free. So see, okay, free hyphen h. So free hyphen h shows us that we are using 164 MB of RAM, just that much, isn't it, to run up a Linux subsystem. So the most of the memory was exactly consumed by what? Graphics. So in fact, how graphics exactly works in Linux subsystem, that this is the core command prompt, right? So above that, on top of this, there is something called X that is started. So X is a graphical subsystem that starts on top of bash. On the point. So if I just fire over here start X, so there is a command in fact to start X, right? And that command itself is called start X. So if I type in here start X, so see your graphics will start in a couple of seconds. Now graphics is online, right? So what does this mean? This means that graphics is acting as a separate subsystem in your Linux environment. It's a separate application itself, like MS Word, like MS Paint, or like your VLC player. It's acting like an application. Okay, and now let's see the free memory in here. Free hyphen h. See here, we have consumed 912 MB of memory out of this. So graphics was is consuming more. So the Devangshi Subramaniam, what scenario will kill the process in real time? So let's say that there is a process that is in hang state, or there is a zombie process over there. Zombie process means those process whose parents are exactly dead, but the child exactly exists, or the child is not dead, child is still alive, right? So those processes become zombie processes. So the process that is either not working properly, or the process that is you want to kill abruptly, or the process that is exactly zombie in nature. So all these processes has to be terminated. Got that? Okay. Wasim, Rajesh, why did you reply to this Wasim that Wasim, what's your need of setting your own process ID? So there is a subsystem that even manages this process ID. We'll discuss about that process IDs, how it is managed later. As of now, I want to show you something. BDF hyphen. No, it's not DF. It's mount, I guess. Mount. It's not P mount. It's mount. Hope you remember this command. Mount and pipe it to grep proc fs. Let's see. It's not the proc. So you can see here that there is a proc file system that is mounted somewhere, isn't it? There's a proc file system somewhere mounted. So we'll talk about that. In fact, there is a subsystem that manages the process, and it's a really complicated process. How do you know, Mike? How do I know that the process is not running? Just type in here ps-e and I'll see all the processes that is running in fact. So if a process is not showing, it's not running. That is it. Simple. Okay, so I'll come to some of the questions once I complete here. Now there is one more command called top that gives you idea of what are the processes that is exactly running, and how much process exactly, how much consumption of CPU is in there, right? So this top process with a bit of experience can give you an idea of how much of system exactly is consuming, and whether the process is in a hang state. So how will we identify that a process is in a hang state? So if it is not consuming or changing the memory cycles, or if it is not changing its memory cycles in there, or it's not changing its virtual memory, resident memory, shared memory, or S is means stopped status. R means zombie, right? R means running. Sorry, if you see a Z over here, it means it's a zombie process. And this is the process ID. This is particularly run by this user. This is the priority of the process, right? So there are so many options that is available with this top command. So like this is the load average. This is showing you the load average of first 5 minutes, first 10 minutes, first 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and first 1 minute, I guess, if I'm not forgetting it. Okay, now there are total these many process. One is running, these many is sleeping, zero is stopped, and zero is a zombie. Right. So here we can just detect out that how many zombie processes are there and how many processes are sleeping, how many processes are running in here. Right. And well, this is your user process, system process, niceness of the CPU. This is idle time, wait time, and high idle time, wait time, and certain other statistics in here. In the same way, this shows you the amount of memory being consumed and memory being free, and memory in total, memory in free, and memory in used. Okay, and this again shows you the swap in total, swap in free, and swap in used. So if you want to quit this one, so type in here Q, this will show you, this will quit the process. Now there are ways, now you do need to do a bit of R&D on your own, right? Uh, and there is a assignment question that will exactly let you do some R&D on this. So do some R&D on top and you'll get some nice results in there. Now there is one more command called vmstat, which gives you virtual memory statistics. Right, so this gives you the amount of free memory, amount of buffered memory, amount of cache, uh, and other system related informations in here. Right, so vmstat. Next command that is used to find out your statistics is SAR, which is by default not installed. I guess it's installed. Yes, SAR. So SAR is system activity report, right? So it gives you that when your system Linux started and uh, other users, nice process, system process, IO wait time, real and idle time over there. There is one more command called iostat, which gives you input output statistics. Let's say I put a iostat 1 and 2. Okay, so this gives me 2 readings every second. Or if I just place in iostat 5, so this 5 here, so this gives me every 5 seconds different reading over there. So this gives me the transactions per second, kilobytes read per second, kilobytes written per second, kilobytes read, and kilobytes written. So this is a disk monitoring command in there. So I'll just press Control C in order to quit. So it was iostat. So iostat is used to see input output statistics. Okay. Next is your command is netstat, netstat, netstat. Netstat command I would like to show you in a live environment over there. Let me do SSH on one of my server. So here we go. SSH root at cipher. Okay. I am on one of the live servers at Alibaba Cloud, right? So, there is a command called netstat, netstat hyphen a, that gives you all the connections that is established on the system here, right? If you type in here netstat hyphen, wait a second, it's showing me established connections. Yes, here it shows me the established connections here, right? So to monitor your network traffic, you have got command called netstat. So even you can install ipgraph. So ipgraph command is by default not available. So let's see if we can install it. Yum install ipgraph. ipgraph. Uh, ipgraph ng. IP traffic monitor. So just click on this and go to Ethernet 0. This is a nice uh, so this one gives you a nice experience of how will you monitor your incoming and outgoing connections on your system over there in real time. Right, so you can see at the bottom that how many connections are made on this server in real time. You can see this. Okay, so Q is to quit and exit here. Okay, so the next command over here, okay, let me type in the history over here first of all, without forgetting. These are the commands that we discussed today. Monitoring process, right from 420 and onwards. Okay. So the command that is used to find the file size is du, right? So let's say we have a file. Do we have a file here? ls, yes, we have. It's a directory here. We have to go inside that directory. Cd class ls. Okay. Du hyphen h script.sh. So this gives you that the file size is 4K, or you can just type in here stat and script2.sh. This will even give you the information about the number of blocks being used and all, right? So du is the command that is used to see the amount of disk consumption by a file, right? Otherwise, if you want to see the full disk consumption, you know the command. It's df-h or ah, in fact, right? So df-ah gives you the full disk consumption. That means which file system is mounted at which place and how much is the consumption. So you can see here that this is slash is the topmost directory, right? So 38 GB is my disk size and 5.4 GB is used and 33 GB is available, and I am using 15% of it. In the same way, all the file systems are shown over here. Okay, so the next one is your which command? IO state is done and net start is done. Okay. Okay, so almost all the commands are over, right? So if you have anything to ask, please go ahead. Now it is time for your Now it is time for you all to ask the questions. Please go ahead and ask the questions. We do have a control on startup process on CentOS. Obviously, we do have a control on startup process, Sanjeev. Right. So the first process that is started in your what do you say, your Unix environment in today's system. It's in it. In earlier days, it's systemd in today's environment. So if you type in here ps-e, you will see that the first process that is started is systemd here, and it will have process ID 1. Obviously, the first process is process 1, right? So it will have process ID as 1, and you can see that these numbers are very consecutive in nature, isn't it? Let me just take you above. Where is it going? Come on, wait. Yeah. See, this is the first process, right? And you can have services file written in there that you can control to start up the services, and henceforth you can control the services that is started on the system and processes as well. Hang state means it's not using any CPU, right? Pratyush, hang state means it's not consuming any CPU, while uh, or it's particularly stuck somewhere. Whatever CPU it is consuming, it was consuming the same CPU, no ups, no downs. Uh, while zombie state means a state wherein the parent has been killed and the child still is alive. Like sometimes you might have imagined, seen in older systems that you close up Windows Media Player, but equalizer or playlist still exists over there, right? So this playlist exactly becomes, or equalizer exactly becomes, zombie process. This generally happens in slow systems. Zombie process will never exist in a newer system over there. Or it's even if the application is buggy, your zombie process exists, right? So your system has to be slow or the application has to be bad. Okay. Uh, Sanjeev, we can, sorry, Rakesh, can I do host basic website with Apache 2 and set my IP address with domain name? Yes, you can do that. So I have just done it in here. So you just saw me logging on to cipher.cloudbaba.in. So this is Linux here, right? So I'll just copy this and paste this over here. Where did it go? So let me open up a tab here. And this will open up a page for you, cipher.cloudbaba.in. So this is a live server running somewhere. Or you can have anything like Nipot, H-O-N-E-Y, Nipot.cloud. Why did this page not open? CYPHER, cipher.cloud. Yeah, so this was somewhere at the bottom. So we can open it. We can have a fully qualified domain name. This is called FQDM, DN, fully qualified domain name. So I have bounded fully qualified domain name to an IP address and then doing this. So this is called name-based hosting. You'll learn that later. Okay, Akash has a nice question. I want to track events on my system. What will I do, sir? So there is a file called var log messages. So just add that file. So if you just add that file, you will get the information that what is the. I'll just log in 1 second. So there's a less time out here. Fetch root at cipher dot dot in. And what was the question? Yes, logs. So cat slash var slash log slash messages, and you'll see all the logs here. All the logs are here. If you want to see that who is exactly trying to attack the system or who is exactly, so see here. I just installed IP traffic, so this is the log from there. I used YAM to install that. So this shows you everything. Okay, one more thing. So you watch this one. So watch tail and slash var slash log slash secure. You will see all the authentications here. Here, somebody trying to attack into the system. These logs will come over here. Okay. So let me take some other questions. Do you have any specific steps to clear temp folders, like doing have it? No, 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 no. It's simple to clear temp folder in Linux here. So cd slash, right, ls. There will be so many files here. If at all the machine is running in a production environment, so type in here rm-rf star. Everything is deleted. But I'm not going to delete that. Rupesh, PS-E will run on all Linux versions. So, Chandrasekhar, size of RAM should be twice the size, or size of swap should be twice the size of RAM. By default, this is what is recommended. But again, this is not stick to the point situation. You can change it, and depending upon what is the application that you are running, you can adjust your swap size. You should adjust your swap size even. Okay, so we have answered to almost all the questions. How to clear the log files? So come on, delete all the files. Delete all the files inside /var/logs. Every log is cleared. Spider. uh, who all are accessing or trying to attack your system, just make sure that you see this file, uh, var log secure, and see here. Just wait for a few minutes and you will see some changes in here. So see here, it's telling you that somebody was trying to connect and they refused the connection. The system refused the connection here, right? Failed password for user root. So see here, this is how we check that somebody is trying to poke into the nose or not. Shanu, I guess that you got this answer. See here, this is very dynamic. Can you see that? Okay, wait a second. See. So Control C. If you are using a watch command, you can press Control C to quit. Okay. How to check if my site have any open port? So if my site has an open port, this is something question that should not be asked. If your system has an open port, the site doesn't have any open ports, right? So type in here netstat -n. This will give you all the ports that it is listening to, right? So it's not exactly, my system is not listening to any ports over here, so it should be listened over here. If listen is shown, that means it's exactly trying to put himself into the stream. So this is how we will see that the ports are opened or not. Okay, so it is time for attendance, guys. Please put in the attendances. Kriti, can you put in the attendance link in here? Amit, when you are creating a second 6 GB plus 6 GB partition, it's showing you out of range. Just keep some less value in there, like make it 5.5 or something. It depends. Sometimes in virtualization, this sort of thing happens, Mohammed, right? It's not your fault, in fact. Uh, Takiuddin, you try to do one thing. You try to install Red Hat, sorry, CentOS 7, download CentOS 7. I think that repositories of CentOS 6 are not working anymore. That is why even I am facing problem in CentOS 6 there. So do it in CentOS 7. I don't think you will feel problem. Shravan, thank you. Thank you so much for that fantastic symbol. Come on, how to get root password from command prompt? You cannot do that. You will get an encrypted password, Pankaj. And you have to just decrypt it using some forum or something like that. Spider, how to close open ports? Disable that service. If you disable that service, that port is closed, right? There is no other way to close the port. You can block the port using a firewall. That is a different thing altogether. But to close a port, you have to just disable that service. There is no other way out to close the port. By default, Pratik, this Linux system is very much well designed that which command can be used by a user and which command can be used by a system administrator, right? Or root, right? So if you type in here ls/bin, these all commands can be used by a normal user. And if you type in ls/sbin, these all the commands cannot be used by a normal user. So you don't need to worry much about that. How do you distinguish there? Otherwise, if you are want to do some R&D, push some commands from a bin to sbin and see if it is working or not. Filtered, Rahul, filtered port means though that port is open, but might be firewall is blocking that port. That is why that port is called filtered port. Come on, Glasson, how do we know that the other users are logged on? Just type in here W, it will show you that how many users are logged on to the system. That is it, simple. Very simple. W. Uh, Ajay, attendance form is above on the chat there. Just scroll above, you'll find the attendance form. Okay, guys, now it is time to rate up the session. So please rate the session on the Scale of 5, where 5 being excellent and 1 you didn't understand anything. If more than 2 users, Glasson has asked a question, nice one. If you more than 2 users are logged on with the same sudo command, then we have to track. Then we have to track the number of bash running and who is running the bash. Thank you, Rahul. 4 stars. Yes, Rohit, please. I have a question, sir. You put your question. I'm looking into the chat. Wasim is right. Instead of telling that I have a question, you put in the question. Thank you, Vikas. Tata. You can use gparted to show your unallocated space, right? I don't have any. Anyhow, I need that how you to show me that how to see that disk space, or what is the disk space remaining left or combined in there. I don't have any issues with gparted. If your less block is not showing, then what you can do? I mean, I didn't understand your question properly. Can I get only one unique login for root? What do you mean by this question? If root is login at 5 different places, we will see 5 different logins for root. Gokul, try to use another type of disk like ID. You might have some issues with your partitioning, disk structure there. That is what. Rahul, you have a very nice question, but this question cannot be answered in an essential session. Please join our, what do you say, pro session for this one. Karthik, there is a problem with your laptop, I guess. This doesn't happen generally. Since I'm not there or I cannot see your screen, I won't be able to help you out. Sorry, very sorry, very, very, very sorry for that. So you have figured out a solution, but I'm not able to figure out that what is this problem until I see your system. Okay, guys, it's a 1901. Thank you so much. Have a nice time. Shubharatri. Sabba hai.
Thank